power brokers set for another showdown amid claims and counterclaims over allegations of severe malpractices in the domestic game. And U.S. President Donald Trump warns North Korea about its constant ballistic missile tests. Well, viewers, those are the headlines. Thanks for joining us. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Adama Barrow, has extended gratitude to the international community for its role in helping the Gambia's democratization process. President Barrow made the remarks in his maiden United Nations General Assembly speech. The President also singled out the Gambian diaspora for helping end 22 years of misrule. Let's take a listen.
We also recognize the crucial role of Gambians in the diaspora in contributing to the transformation of our motherland. Let me seize this opportunity to sincerely thank our development partners and friends for the invaluable budget and policy support they are providing to the government to help address the challenges of job creation and youth irregular migration. My government is committed to using such resources wisely for sustainable socio-economic development.
You can watch the full statement of the President's UN General Assembly address tonight, immediately after this newscast. Several serving members of the Gambia Armed Forces Wednesday morning testified before the Janneh Commission. They were the latest officials to face the ongoing Commission of Inquiry into former President Yahya Jammeh's financial dealings. Ansu Jack tells us more.
Deliberations are ongoing at the Commission of Inquiry into the financial dealings of former President Jammeh. The former finance director was the second to appear before the commission, shedding light on major payments done by the central bank under the directives of his seniors.
What we have done is to facilitate the payment. And as somebody responsible for the entries in the ledger, I sign as an authorized signatory A to authenticate the payment.
Hussein Kaur was then questioned by the lead counsel to explain if it's normal to do certain payments after working hours.
Receipts that came into the state aircraft account. I couldn't remember the exact time it was done, but it is possible that transaction can be effected after banking hours, particularly when we are called upon by the Office of the President that there is a pending receipt or payment coming up. And we have to wait for them in the office for them to collect the money.
Lieutenant Colonel Molamin Mendy also explained the transactions he made on behalf of General Solbaji. He maintained that in the army, they follow instructions and do not question their superiors.
I received the money, took the money, and handed over the money to General Baji. That's the guy who sent me to go and receive the cash at the central bank.
Was anyone present?
No, we are two in the office, in his office.
The commission asked Nuha Williams Jammeh to briefly explain the 21 transactions done by him on behalf of Solbaji.
My part is to make sure that the amount that is to be taken from Governor to General Baji, is done. So all I do is the money is received as a recipient. The money is on safe hands, escorted from Central Bank to General Baji.
Ansu Jack, reporting for GRTS.
The Gambia's new democratic reality was realized through a hard political struggle that nearly divided the country. Is the proposed Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission the best way to enhance the healing process? Seni Marena finds out.
Has preparation for the establishment of the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission moved at an advanced state? People from all walks of life have expressed their opinion, saying the commission will help heal the wounds of ex-President Jammeh's 22 years rule and reunite the country. with appropriate reparation for victims. According to Justice Ministry official, the aim is to encourage people to confess crimes committed under the previous regime and for victims to narrate the injustice they suffer. Sekou Jammeh is the Secretary General of Gambia Press Union.
The role of the media in the upcoming Truth and Reconciliation Commission is very crucial, if not the most important players there, because all the injustice that we are talking about, we are able to know them today thanks to the media's report.
Jeffrey Smith is the Executive Director of Washington-based pro-democracy movement Vanguard Africa.
And the good thing for Gambians and for the Gambian government in particular, there are many successful examples, not only in Africa, but around the world for transitional justice processes that they can look to derive inspiration and for lessons learned. So I think the future looks bright.
For Ola Johnson, a specialist in transitional justice who is currently training a group of journalists on the subject in the Gambia, comprehensive reporting is critical during the TRRC, which is expected to dip into sensitive facts and issues.
My own role here is to prepare them for transitional justice, to give them an insight into what transitional justice is all about. You have just started with the TRC. The TRC is just like one of the mechanisms that are involved in the process of transitional justice.
Saliu Tal, a civil society leader and co-founder of the Gambia Has Decided movement, said it is the right thing to do in the aftermath of great socio-political turbulence under Jammeh.
We are now building a new nation, and to build a new nation, we must ensure that we learn from the past and also make sure that those who have suffered injustice have their day.
Banjul North lawmaker Usman Silla believed the TRRC will heal the nation and provide effective closure for trauma individually and collectively suffered. Tamusar of Tango, an umbrella body of civil society bodies in the Gambia and a member of the national TRRC consultative team, said Gambians are keenly looking forward to the commencement of the commission. Others, however, reserve different opinion. They include Anna Jones, Executive Director of ONEP Gambia.
It's good for the Commission to look beyond just victims and witnesses, but to include the broader society, and that includes civil society as well, as this helps to popularize the Commission. It helps to promote inclusivity, as well as for people to buy into the whole process.
Meanwhile, right groups have called on the Gambia government to indict those responsible for grave crimes committed during the 22-year rule of former President Jammeh. For many, fair trial are crucial for victims and their families in order to nurture a greater respect for rule of law in the country. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Seni MK Marina.
The final round of the Banjul Open Debate Championship was held at the University of the Gambia, themed, Former President Jammeh should be indicted. Aminata Isanyang tells us more.
This is the final round of the Banjul Open Debate Championship. The platform, like many others, adds a new layer to the talents of these youngsters. Students of different schools under the University of the Gambia and dignitaries such as Halifa Saleh, Pedro Gomez, Momodu Sabali, and others graced the occasion. The event started with a speech contest on various topics, which were well received and considered by all speakers. It was a tough debate motivated by the theme, Former President Jammeh should be indicted by the International Criminal Court, ICC. The contest was divided into two houses, with one house supporting and the other arguing against the motion. Certificates were awarded to various debaters, adjudicators, and other personnel before results were announced. Winners took away a bunch of accolades, trophies, certificates, and medals, capping an open debate championship testing the best youth orators in the country. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Aminata Sanyang.
A Dutch couple that funded the Team Hoffman Foundation has donated a container laden with education materials to Saba Junior and Senior Secondary School in the North Bank region. Louis Mendy was at the brief handing over ceremony, and he files in this report.
The furniture nightmare at Saba Lower, Upper and Senior Secondary School could now be regarded as a thing of the past. The Lower Badibu Bay School was on Saturday donated a 40-foot container of the items. The package included footballing gears, computers, toys and printers, all intended to improve teaching and learning outcomes in the school. The Team Hoffman Foundation, founded by a Dutch couple, is the emblem behind the development. The philanthropists were earlier led to the village by native Abudu Sise. The young man, upon delivering the school items to his community, said it was always his desire to help better education and health in Lower Badibu. The Ministry of Education was represented at the handing over ceremony by Fabara Singate, the Principal Education Officer in the region.
Lot of mourning, lot of efforts has been done in order for it to arrive where it is today. We know the school was suffering from furniture, and now that is history. More than 222 single tables are brought with their chairs, which will help the school in order to conduct their exams perfectly.
The event was also attended by parents and members of the mothers' clubs, including Mama Saho, plus community elders. They were all grateful to the foundation. For Buba Jaite, the headmaster of Saba Lower Basic School, the items would be used judiciously. Binta Singate is the head girl of the school. She promised donors on behalf of the students that with the gifts, they will work hard to produce desired results. Louis Mendy, GRTS.
The Young Africa Leadership Initiative's Regional Leadership Center in Accra, Ghana, together with their Gambian branch, recently launched the Young African Leaders Alumni Gambian chapter. By Ibrahim Cham attended the ceremony, and he now tells us more.
Initiative led by former U.S. President Barack Obama to groom young African leaders, called YALI, has so far trained over 1,000 young Africans, in which 72 are Gambians. Aspiring to inspire, YALI has trained participants in various areas in leadership to serve as agents of change. Alaji Silla Konate, YALI country coordinator, congratulated all the participants for not only embarking on the rough journey to success, but also being a source of inspiration to many young people.
It's a very good initiative. It seeks to bring young African leaders, young Africans, to come together to undergo some leadership training with the hope that the skills and the knowledge that they will acquire from this training will help usher in a new generation of hope for Africa.
Dr. Shola Safo Duodu, Project Director of the Regional Leadership Center in Accra, Ghana, stated that launching the Gambia Alumni Chapter will be a stepping stone in changing the narrative for Africa by inspiring young minds in taking up leadership roles.
I realize that this YALI project has produced great impact stories. But as Africans, as typical Africans, we are not very good at telling our story. We allow the Western media to tell our stories for us. And they tell the story their own way. We want to change the narrative about Africa. And we can change it because of the good things that you are doing, the impact that you are creating in your communities and in your organizations and in your countries at large.
Participants took time to narrate some of their experiences in their works as members of the YALI Fellowship Program.
The predicament is different. The narrative is different. It means our leaders have failed us, and we are the last generation for Africa. If we fail, Africa will be remembered for eternity as the continent for failure, the continent for war, disease, and hunger. So this is why we came up with the leadership clique. It is not like we've not been trained people on leadership. They know exactly what leadership is, but they have some problems. You know, in being ethical leaders, in being good servants of the people. So they have certain problems.
Dr. Shola Safo finally launched the Gambia Alumni chapter by presenting the audience its interim executive members. Ibrahim Jam, GRTS News.
We will be back with the sports news right after this break.
EcoBank now introduces a convenient and trusted way to pay for products and services using the EcoBank MasterPass QR on your EcoBank mobile app. Just tap on the menu, select Pay Merchant to scan the QR code. Enter the amount to pay followed by your PIN. The merchant receives a confirmation of your payment and you're done. Experience the ease of making payments anywhere at any time with the EcoBank MasterPass QR on your EcoBank mobile app. Download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today. For more information, visit your nearest EcoBank branch. Terms and conditions apply. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Welcome back. There's a new storm brewing in Gambian football as a group of people calling themselves concerned stakeholders in football convened a press briefing alleging numerous malpractices in the domestic game. In responding to the claims made by the group, the president of the Gambia Football Federation, Lamin Kaba Bajo, says the allegations are baseless. MS Jallo has more.
Calling itself concerned stakeholders of football has convened a press conference to voice out its dissatisfaction at the current state of football in the country. Wearing propaganda T-shirts with the slogan, "Bring back our football," the group hit out at the Gambia Football Federation for what they say is the country's football governing body's failure to develop the country's biggest sport.
We have maintained silence with maximum discipline to Mr. Kaba and his entire team for the past 3 years to avoid distraction towards the development of sports. During the period, almost 120 million was spent on operational expense and some of the so-called development project funding to over $37 million, of which the stakeholders' money from the development without little or no dividends.
In a 6-page document read at the press conference, the concerned stakeholders, as they call themselves, pointed out at 9 points they claim are the wrongdoings of the Gambia Football Federation, which in their opinion is not moving Gambian football forward. This includes serious allegations of financial mismanagement and misuse of funds.
The stakeholders are aware that the total funds received for the total renovation and furnishing of the entire NTTC project by President Kaba's executive is $850,000, which is equivalent to $40 million to renovate a hotel, football hotel, which have 40 rooms, which means each room costed us $1 million.
The dismal performance of the national teams was also another talking point.
For the past 3 years, Mr. Kaba and his executive never won a single match at any point in time of any international competition at all levels.
Total disregard for constitutional provisions during the conduct of Regional Football Association elections, unjustifiable foreign trips, among other things, were some of the other allegations labeled against the GFF executive.
Well, these are serious allegations and unprecedented in Gambian football. Well, GRTS Sports has endeavored to sound the reactions of the Gambia Football Federation about the allegations labeled against them and succeeded in speaking to the GFF president, Lamin Kaba Bajo.
We will take our second break now.
Hey, Dave. Hey, you look tense. I mean, what's up?
I can't help it. The internet is way too slow.
Dave, why not join the future?
How?
Why not try this?
Wow, that was really fast. Thank you.
No, thank you, sir.
For the first time in the Gambia, QCell subscribers can now enjoy 4G LTE on their 4G-enabled mobile phones.
At Kaiba Avenue,
Senegambia,
Brufut,
Banjul,
Bakau,
and Sukuta.
This means that you can now connect faster than ever before with 4G LTE speed. QCell has a wide selection of 4G LTE mobiles, dongles, and Wi-Fi routers.
QCell's 4G LTE.
To subscribe, dial *335#.
For more information, call 111.
QCell, Sunyu SIM, Sunyu Boss.